balance here on Legacy Internet Radio. Independence is the key to building a legacy. If you'd like to give us a call, you can give us a call at 804-402-2893. That is 804-402-2893. Okay. What do we have coming in the next few weeks at New Balance? We have Miss Felicia Hart coming in to talk about her in healing travel retreat, and we're going to get to know her because she's going to be a very close part of the show. Very nice young lady, yeah, very nice lady, very energetic, like to have fun, wonderful story. Met her at the food pantry, and oh man, I don't even want to tell you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. And we should have some special guests also. And then after that, we're going to, on September 23rd, we're going to have my homie, my brother. We have been through so much, all the way back to 92. His name is Kenji Dandy. We call him KD. Very special individual. Very, very special. He's down in South Carolina, so he's been going through a few things, but he's been taking his step, and a lot of great things has been coming his way. I'm so happy for him, man. I was able to talk to his son, and his son reminds me so much of him. And you know what I mean? His name is Cross, and Cross, he got in a few trouble. He's very opinionated. Reminds me of somebody else, but I'm not gonna say any names. Okay. Oh yeah, there he is. And I told the young man, he was like, I really didn't do nothing, but he's gotten in trouble before. So he said, I really didn't do nothing, Shawn, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not as close with him as I should be, but he listened to me. And I said, man, look, nobody's ever told me this, but there is things that you've gotten away with, isn't it, Cross? And he was like, no way. Then he listened to me, and he said, yeah. I said, I'm going to tell you a secret that nobody's ever told me when I was your age. You don't get away with anything. I said, it always catches up with you. That's why you always want to do right, And he heard me. I said, so this is a lesson, because he went to tell his mom, some things happen. And he really didn't do anything wrong. But like I said, once you've done some things, the teacher sees you, they're going to look at you like, hey, you're in trouble. Every time something wrong, they're looking for you. I also told him he's very special. And I said, sometimes, that's why I tell you all the time, man, stay out the way, because you're going to get attention anyway. Good or bad, attention is going to be on you. You're special. So he heard me. He took it like a man. He walked in there and talked to his mom. He hadn't heard anything. I hope we ain't got no milk cards or nothing here, do we? Because I hope he ain't. No text alerts. No, okay, cool. We good. So, but, that day is special because Kenji's birthday is September 25th. And there's always something wonderful happening around the 25th. A couple of years ago, we had, the fourth blood moon, you know what I mean? That's biblical. And I told Marcus, I said that's when the Pope came, so changes happen. You know what I mean? I think somebody in Congress quit like that day or something like that. First day being in DC. I'm gonna get that name for you to tell you because I was a little shocked on Marcus. But so we're also going to talk about Revelations 12 and get everybody's perspective. But whoever's going to be here, I hope they look it up and see what it is because it's something remarkable. Change is definitely here, and this change is going to happen even more. So, Felicia will be on the 16th of September, and Kenji KD will be here on the 23rd. Now, we're supposed to be going to see this game. Hopefully, it happened. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to go to see these Redskins, and I don't care for them, but I'm trying to rep. I'm trying to get a sweater or a sweatshirt or a T-shirt or something. Let's go up there and Couch Coach Live.
I got you. I got some. Yeah, I got some merch.
I can't get that. I
got some merch for you.
I'm gonna go hit go lose some type of weight. Maybe get a steam room and sweat out this water weight.
I got some merch for you.
But
no doubt,
man, we seen how you feel about some things. We see how you got everything started. It's 5, so now it's time to talk about manifesting things. Or what would you like to do in the future? Because it seemed like to me, man, you have recognized and paid attention to some voices that's been talking to you, that's had you on this path, and you made the right choice. So now you recognize it. Now you're feeling comfortable. Now you're at this place. So now it's time to teach or you know this is somewhat, you feel like this is bigger than this, right? So now we're at this place where you want to go from here.
There's a couple of places I want to do. I want to launch my merchandise, my brand, which is Couch Coach Live. I want to, be an opportunity. Well, we're going to be doing that pretty much very soon. Where we'll be having merch where we have different types of Couch Coach Live items, T-shirts, mugs. We actually got that stuff going on. So we got to be, that'll definitely be something in the fall. We'll probably launch some hoodies, hats.
Okay.
So we're in the process of doing that. Also, it's something that me and that we talked about. We definitely want to do something this year, especially considering we want to do something in the community. We'll definitely discuss more of that as those things materialize. I feel as though I'm in a position now where I want to make a difference more than just a radio show. I want the brand to be inspiration to other people, and to see someone of our caliber as young African American males making a difference in the community and riding their own path, not following or not going off the beaten path that society wants us to go to, where they want us to be a 9-to-5 robot. My future is to break out of that, and that will happen. And these steps that I want to take going forward is going to help. And definitely want to have a better community presence to help people, because I've always been of that mind of you have to help people. In order for anybody to progress, you have to help people. We're all in the business of helping people, just like here, or being here in Legacy. It's helped me become a better person. It helped me actually, in essence, to love people. Yeah. Especially in the professional setting. Of course, there's you love your family, but then you also have I have a radio family here. So
So real quick, let me go get back to that. Can I give some Scorpio love?
No.
Okay, cool. I want to send out a special shout out, some Scorpio love to Austin and Natalie in Hawaii. I appreciate y'all listening. They just gave me a little message. And I'm hoping to meet. I've never met these two. I met Nat. Well, I was introduced to Natalie through social media, or through Facebook, through a friend of mine. And they're two Scorpios, and we have a lot in common. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping, Natalie, that you can give a call when Felicia's here, because I think you're going to get an answer that you asked me. She may, or one of her friends may be, to help you. And I appreciate the support, okay? Go ahead. So, you're a vegan, right? You've been a vegan because that's what I'm saying. She started at the same time you started.
Well, mine is more so of a vegetarian. I haven't really gone to the vegan per se yet. Okay. But I'm at this point a vegetarian.
Okay. You in Richmond, so it's very easy for you. I know I'm more near Petersburg, and hopefully there is one in Petersburg. With that, when you say in the community, what would you like to do to help that? Because I know you're pushing. I see you. Yeah. I know you're really pushing to do it. What could you do to make that better? How important is that to you right now?
Because I think just the community is everything. I think I'm at a point, especially now. I'll be 33 in 7 weeks. So the importance of seeing the impact that you can have on somebody, seeing somebody as an example of the pillar of the community can help you. Because if you're a 13-year-old child, and imagine you touch somebody's life by giving them advice about certain things, or you give them a certain need that they need, or what have you, that can resonate to them when they become my age at 33 or even 40, or they can apply those certain rules or principles in their life if they ever become, and this is, regardless of their life, they can apply that into their corporate world, their own personal life, when it comes to their, to their significant other or their children going forward. So I think helping the community is something that something that I'm definitely gonna get into
That's a part of it.
I think I think I owe it to people because I feel as though I wish I would have had that opportunity because I've always said I wish I had a big brother. That was one of the things. If something that I know I can't control, most certain factors in life we can control, but that's something that I wish I would have had growing up. Somebody in the sense to teach me the way and teach me and that type of stuff. So if I'm in that position, you can do that to somebody. You can become a mentor to somebody, or somebody who needs just a talk, or somebody who needs just the time. It's the thing with it. It's a balance. You can have, you can devote time or money. Yeah. All of it. We all got one or the other. Yeah. If you don't have money, you probably, you're gonna probably have time. Yeah. And vice versa. If you got money, you may not have time. It goes, goes both hand in hand. It's either one or the other, or you might can have a balance between the two.
Well, how have you been feeling since you went this vegetarian way?
I feel more energized. I think it's more so for me. It's determination. It's something proving myself that I can do something. It kind of has eliminated my at once upon a time I had a defeatist attitude where I can't do this, that, and third. But it's like you got to think about it, man. You haven't ate meat in 2 months. The discipline, man. Yeah. And that's why, and I think with you, and it helps me because it's funny we were talking. This was right, when we first started. And I'm thinking to myself, this stuff's gonna happen. This all this stuff's gonna happen to you. Good things. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm gonna change my diet or change certain things on my diet, what you're saying, it ain't gonna work because I'm gonna be unhealthy. And it's gonna,
that's what all this stuff is about. I believe that's what everything is. What's going on, all the negative, the stuff we see on everything. I think it's because it gives you, it's in your face, and it say, hey, you can change this. If you want to make this better, you change.
You got to change it,
You change.
And that's why I think doing that lets me know. So whenever I feel that attitude of I can't do nothing, you used to eat chicken, beef daily. Mm-hmm. You haven't had chicken or beef since July the 5th.
Yeah. And you know what's weird? It's like, because I've fallen off, and it's because if I get off work, it's hard for me to find something. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard for me. So, and then I'd be tired. I'm like, man, I don't feel like, and it's hard. It's really hard. If I got off at 9 o'clock, if it was a place that I know for a fact that it was going to be open to about 10 or 11 that served vegan food, vegetarian food, I'm going to go there because I want to get on that ride. I really want to change. Even when I do eat the meat, it don't feel the same. Yeah. My body feel, you know what I mean? It feels a certain way. And I'm like, man.
And also another thing too, it has definitely helped me because I, in essence, did it on the fly, online. You're hearing people's stories. Some people, and that's one thing too, like the group that I invite you on. Yeah. There's a lot of people who give great examples of what you can do even when you're on the go. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even really realize because my biggest thing I thought in this having preconceived notions is dangerous. Yeah. Because at first I was like, well, it's going to be expensive, but I'm like, actually not really, because in my case, what I do, especially now, because and that's one thing too. When you do it, you still got to do your homework. Because I think when I first started, I was very lethargic and very weak. I felt very tired. But what happened was I just wasn't getting the fiber from sources now. I had black beans, pinto beans, those type of beans. You get those beans at the store, they only cost you $1.50 or maybe $2. Yeah. You just cook those and have those for the rest of the week. You get some rice here and there, and then mix those with some fruits and vegetables. You'll be surprised how cheap it is. If you go and go
weird, man. I think for real, we're gonna have to go back to the basics, Mark. Like, you know what I mean? Where we had, and that's the thing. You said something like community. Like, I've always had this idea where get a nice piece of land and then plant vegetables and fruits and things of that nature, and actually give it out for free.
You have to.
Give it out for free, because I'm gonna tell you, man, there's people who just want to do that. Just to be doing it. They love the plant. They love you know what I mean? And then there's people that's really looking for good vegetables and and things of that nature.
Because when you look at it from that standpoint, we would be a healthier and more productive society if we promoted those type of programs and initiatives. We're so focused on, oh, let's give these kids candy, or let's give these kids soft drinks. That's the problem.
And to me, it is the problem. And then, like, with the things that happen in Michigan with, because, me growing up, I grew up in Akron, so we used to have spring water. I mean, my dad was talking, he said, man, I remember we used to go to Euclid, and they used to have this, you can just go right up there, you can't even do that anymore. My grandma to this day still, she was like, go get some water. I was like, we better get some tap water. You know what I mean? It's hard to do that nowadays. You know what I mean? Vermont, they still drink water. You know what I mean? It's still spring water out there. You know what I mean? But
you just got to remember that everything right now is based on capitalism, and
that's why I'm talking. Right.
It's broken down to that level. And everything is broken down to a level of ease. It's supposed to be easy. Everything is easy. Like, you talk about the food, but it's not easy to be a vegan or to be a vegetarian. It's easy to go and get a burger. If you go to certain places, you'll find that it costs more money to get a salad than it does to get a burger. So you got to look at it, unfortunately, from that perspective. And, to move into technology for just a second, I mean, everything is made to be easier. But easier doesn't always mean good, because easier can create a climate for laziness. And that's something that you don't want. But unfortunately, we're moving towards it. Like, we all walk around with computers in our pockets, but then we ask questions. Like, you got a computer in your pocket, you don't even use it to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being a kid who used to read the encyclopedia. Like, literally read the encyclopedia, like pull it off the shelf and just pick one of the 26 volumes and then just thumb through it and just read stuff. Like, now, I don't know that any kid does that. Like, my child does that. I don't like use the word kid. I never use a pacifier with my daughter, ever, because it's easy. So I like the idea of creating a food bank for those who may not have access and just giving it away. There's a lot of land that's abandoned here, and how much money does it cost to seed?
And I'm gonna tell you, man, if you could change the culture and what people really understand, because people really want good vegetables, and they go into the store, but if they knew for a fact, because there's people that have talent that just want to do it, and there's people that's willing to donate, not pay you, but donate for you to keep it up. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, there's people out there, and it can be a stress reliever for people that like the plant. You see what I'm saying? I mean, for me, like what's the guy that I work with, I'm a DSP for, I end up being able to work at the food pantry in Colonial Heights. Now, I was not happy because, like I said, I get pulled every which way. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes, man, you just gotta let it go. And I went there, and the first person that I saw in there was a teacher that helped me get my high school diploma, Miss Brenda. And that's my sweetheart, that's my angel right there, because I got my high school diploma in 28 because I got kind of taken advantage of. I was a military kid, and I wanted to grow up in Akron my senior year with my family, and they threw some BS to the game. That's something we're gonna talk about the air, because it messed a lot of kids up in Akron. You know what I mean? That was smart. I'm talking about class president. Smart should be going to college with this high school test that they had, even though they had the grades. But I ended up going in there, and then I met another lady named Karen, and everything that I learned from the job that I worked at, I was able to get there. It was the best feeling in the world to be there. And the coolest thing about the place is it's a bunch of lions. Everybody in there, ego city. Everybody. That's what's beautiful about it. I'm watching them, and I'm like, there's so many egos in here. But there was one lady that was running. Her name was Karen. She was Capricorn, tall, from Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? And they trusted her, so they would back up, and she'd say boom. And she was kind of like, she see things from afar. They trusted her, and it was just beautiful, man, to see people just come in, and they look forward to see you while you're there. You know what I mean? It's one of the best feelings I ever had, man. it was like healing. I couldn't wait to get to Friday just to be there for them 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I really, it's a place in Hopewell right by the school. They have a garden, and you know, and I'm guessing people can just come there and get vegetables. You know what I mean? But that was always a thing I thought of, was like, man, or even some of the people that was in my circle, like just to be able to give people when people come there. You know what I mean? Because it's important. Like the lunches at school is becoming a problem. Supposedly, man, being in the age of Aquarius, all those big business and capital and all that, that's supposed to be crashing down. All of that's supposed to be crashing down. You know what I mean? Like seriously. So, but being in the city, man, it seemed like they say in New York City, it's vegetarian vegan crazy. Like everybody. You know what I mean? So like when I get off, I'm like, man, I just wish it could be a place. I would drive 20 minutes to it just to get me something because I want to be on that path. But it's like you got to really plan.
Look at it this way. I'll make it real simple.
Yeah.
You look at the most strong, powerful animals, and they don't eat meat. Elephants don't eat meat. You know, gorillas don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we know them to be the strongest animals. So if you want to eat some meat, then, you know, it's cool. Just do it in moderation.
Yeah,
Like,
it starts with that.
I don't think that we should be throwing shade at vegans, and vegans shouldn't be throwing shade at people that eat meat. But I think that everything that you do it in moderation. Yeah, I got a cousin of mine who's a vegan. He's been a vegan for about 20 years. He told me that he became a vegan because he watched his mother die of an aneurysm. He watched his father die of cancer. Mm-hmm. And he did his research. And based upon how his parents died, he was predisposed to have the same kind of issues that they had. Mm-hmm. So he was researching like foods and stuff like that he should eat. And everything that he read led him towards veganism. And this was 20 years ago. And he just told me this a couple of months ago. And he said that he hasn't had a headache, he hasn't had a head cold, you know, he has energy, he's 52 years old or whatever he is. And he said he feels great. So for those folks who are on the fences wondering, like the coach said, it's going to take a lot of discipline, at least in the beginning, to get yourself, you know, acclimated and trying to do it. And I remember when I was in my early 30s, I used to fast. And I fasted just as I'm listening to you speak. I used to fast for the same reason that you have decided to be a vegetarian, mainly because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go in an unhealthy way. You know, I ate when it was appropriate, but I did fast and it was hard. Yeah, but I wanted to do it, so I did it.
Okay. So you said basically moving forward, you want to sell more
Couch Coach Live merchandise. I think that's going to be down the turnpike where we're going to, you know, launch that. And,
okay.
You know.
What about besides Couch Coach Live? What else would you like? Would you like to get in TV? Would you like to write scripts? Would you like to write a book?
I have TV. TV. I wouldn't mind having a TV show. Also,
what kind of TV show?
Probably initially like more so like a sports debate type of show.
Okay.
Something of that nature. I also want to eventually, because my goal is to have a more than syndicated sports on a radio show.
Okay.
That's always been my goal. That's going to be the goal going forward.
Okay.
And, you know, I want to be that guy 6 to 10 or maybe or whatever time frame for it to be. Because of course, I think my personality is I'm a morning person more than anything.
Okay.
So I think for me, that's the next thing for me. And I also just want to do other projects that actually are outside of the realm of sports. Just certain, like, you know, they have different points of views of certain things, you know, beyond the scope of sports. So,
okay,
you know, definitely, you know, trying to, you know,
and I think that avenue for you is because you're a Scorpio, and I think that would be wonderful for you. You know what I mean? Because you get to see. It's hard for people to see what we see, but we're blessed to be able to speak on it and break it down to say, oh man, I didn't see that. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Marcus J, ambassador.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same question, man. What's the next? What's the next thing you see with Legacy? What would you like to go with?
Well, we got a few oars in the water. We are going to season 2 of Legacy TV on Comcast and Verizon here locally, Richmond, starting next month in October. We're doing the Unsung of Legacy Internet Radio, which basically is a sit-down conversation one-on-one with the individual personalities. We were originally going to do that in the fall. We pushed it out to the winter, so we'll be doing that. And continue growth, continue bringing more great people into the radio fold, because that's actually, Legacy Media Group is what we founded, what we created to have Legacy Internet Radio, Legacy TV under. But I guess if I had a goal, my biggest goal would be to encourage everybody under the Legacy Media Group umbrella to fulfill their greatest capacity to do things. A lot of us have outside venues that we do other things. If there's a way that we can all kind of work together for a greater good, that's what my goal is. We've got notaries, we've got clairvoyants, we've got people that sell T-shirts, we've got people who cook and have catering businesses, we've got event planners. We've got a lot of people we have musicians, people who can, do comedy at any kind of event. We have people who can sing at any kind of event. I mean, these are people who are under the umbrella of Legacy Media Group, Legacy Internet Radio, Legacy TV. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to continue encouraging those people to fulfill their destinies, not necessarily under the Legacy Media Group umbrella, but certainly if you're part of the family, then your success is all of our successes. This is the reason why we were at Keegan's last week supporting Jody Smith. Okay. And she did, her 2-hour set there, it was outstanding. And that was set up through the folks here at Legacy Internet Radio. And so not that we have any control over her talent, mm-hmm. because she can do many things in many places, but that was an example of how two great entities coming together for something even greater. So that's actually the goal for me.
Okay, man. Okay. Me, I just want to, for you guys even, and everybody who believes in me and everybody who's got me to this place, I want to keep pushing forward, healing people. I want to keep pushing forward to heal myself. And I want people to, I just feel like there's something special supposed to come to me. I've been grinding and sacrificing like crazy. You know what I mean? But I love y'all stories. And I'm hoping that maybe I got, my mind, I'm like, I want to sit down with people, do some scripts, I'm doing like a mini series, anything like that. Play, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be that way because it's an example of love. You know what I mean? And growth and really listening to that voice that's inside you and paying attention to the I think some people would say like paying attention to which way you're being pulled to go, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? And just like you going to BET, just like you hearing that voice, just do it while you're at work. And just like I did, say, man, I'm gonna call. You know what I mean? Nervous is gonna be just like me coming here to actually do this. You know what I mean? But before we get out of here, a couple years ago, I had this meditation therapy. And when I had it, I was trying to be Mr. Organized and blah, blah, blah. I didn't feel like I had a really, really good meditation. What I saw was a bunch of stressed eyeballs looking at me. But before that, I was like, I seen like I was in this room with these two dudes. And I said the room was kind of brown or beige. And I said they was on a couch. And I was like, I gave him a handshake. I said, man, it's Houston in Virginia State. I said, man, I think I'm gonna meet some young man, or I've been here before. You know what I mean? And then I saw this all white page, like it's all white, and then I saw just these stressed out eyeballs. Like, you know what I mean? Like the weird thing is, that commercial, that insurance commercial, where it's like a stick figure, and the guy has a big nose, and he wrecks his car or whatever, and he has really big eyes. it was like those type of people. Like it looked so stressed, and they was all looking at me like they was ready for me to say something. Manifestation is a trip. You know what I mean? On that, I'm gonna say I want to send a shout out to my mother's friend Carmelita. She lost her mother yesterday, and Carmelita has been her family has been extremely supportive of my mom and my little brother. And I told my mom, and I said, I'm gonna say something on the radio station, but by Facebook Live being here, she follows me. So she knows about the show and everything. And I'm gonna say, Carmelita, I love you, and to the family, and I'm sorry for your loss, and everything's gonna be okay. Also, my friend in Arizona, his Taha's uncle passed away. His name is Junior. Same thing. You know, I'm sorry for your loss, but everything's gonna be okay. Just have, think of the good times. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the second round of the New Balance. I'll see you next week at 3:30 on Saturday at Legacy Internet Radio, with independence is the key to building your legacy.